have an all-Irish battle for you now. Shaun Sharkey up against Stevie Dempsey. Stevie's been one of the star players for the last few years, and he's going okay in the group here. It is Shaun Sharkey that is a little bit more under pressure, even though Shaun technically is top of the table on 4 points, tied with Stevie Dempsey, but he has lost a game, whereas Stevie Dempsey has played 2-1-2. Shaun has played 3-1-2. This is Shaun's last game. If he was to lose it, every chance he could get bumped out and knocked into the plate event. So a big match here for Shaun Sharkey, and of course Stevie Dempsey, one of the favourites for the tournament, as he has been for a few years now. And all-Irish battle out in the arena. I thought it'd rope an Irishman into the commentary box. Tony Holgate, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Simon. Yes, very excited to see these two teammates play each other. Shaun obviously got my old job from many years ago, the Irish captain. Stevie Dempsey, much considered the best player on the Irish team. They're number one, but this will be a titanic battle, and I know a lot of pool fans in the Emerald Isle will be tuned in to this.
Yeah, the Irish theme continues as well, as we have Carl O'Donoghue playing in the next match. He's got Phil Harrison for company.
Yeah, that's a cracking game as well. Lovely to have Carl O'Donoghue back as well. So he took a year out. Seems to be firing on all cylinders as well.
Yeah, going really well. Yeah, top of the table clash in the final match of the afternoon. Phil Harrison and Carl O'Donoghue. Big opening frame this one for Shaun Sharkey, try and force his way into this match and kind of stamp his authority. Or if that red goes, it's not the best of shots from Shaun. Difficult to tell from here, but it looks like he could dink it in.
Yeah, he needed to have that bag a bit more covered than that, that's for sure. There's the hammer. Stevie Dempsey surveys the situation. He's what I consider one of the best all-rounders in the pool game, is Stevie.
For a long time, I mean, when he won the Champions League, he won that and obviously made the final the year after. You're thinking, I mean, he's got the clock management he had, the new elements of Ultimate Pool in terms of understanding the situational play, the thought process, the match play. He had it all. Obviously, players have now caught up a little bit on the match play and the match clock rather, but take nothing away, Stevie's still brilliant at it, but he has the all-round game as well.
Just a very clever play. He sees little intricate things that other players don't see. You know, you've got your big potters and you've got this, that and the other, but Stevie Dempsey, you know, he'll go game when you don't expect it and take out, you know, some brilliant finishes, but then he just has these little clever safety shots when you don't see them and puts his opponent in trouble by playing the loss of turn. He sees some very, very clever things.
He's put himself in trouble here, though. He's not played the cleverest of shots this time around. He's dead straight here and needs loads of angle. What good is that? That was dead straight, by the way. He's going to be a little bit, well, he's going to be very unlucky with that yellow going where it has, because if the yellow doesn't go there, the 8 ball still goes, he's out. He can't believe it. Looked like did he go cushion first and play it off the yellow? Incredible shot.
That's exactly what he did.
Incredible shot. I thought he might go cushion first, but to use the yellow as well, just to create all sorts of angles that weren't there.
Told you he was clever. That wasn't so clever though.
That wasn't so clever, no. But he was really hard done by with the wedge. Watch where the yellow goes here. If it goes anywhere but on that 8 ball, because look at the angle he's got, because he doesn't then have to force the next one. He can drop it in. He's straight in on the yellow to the red to left centre, and 8 ball's waiting. So very unfortunate for Stevie Dempsey.
Nice opening shot there from Shaun Sharkey. Getting the yellow off the rail, but obviously yellow and black stuck together on that left-hand side rail. And that's Shaun Sharkey's biggest problem. He could possibly have a go at knocking it out now. It's Play the yellow into the bottom right-hand corner. Get the cube off that side cushion, top cushion, and back into them. Well, that one's gone a bit skew-whiff. Well, he's made the plant, but he's now stuck himself behind the yellow as well on top, so not great for Stevie. One cushion escape. Well, he went full-blooded for the pot. Didn't get it, and he's also nudged Shaun Sharkey's yellow into the open. Just has the one problem still, stuck behind, well, in front of the black ball.
Didn't have enough angle there to play that shot. He tried to really force it across. Could have come down the table. He was relatively straight in on the yellow to bottom left from where he was. He could have maybe played that one to just get a more natural angle to then play the breakout. Had to do it straight away, and gonna have to find another solution.
Well, he has an angle on the ball into the middle, but then do you want to try and force into that centre and kick into it? The thing for Shaun is he needs to nudge it out and land on a ball as well. It's no good nudging it out and being in no man's land. He's had another go. Failure at number 3. Can he go again? Play the yellow into the bottom left-hand corner and try and force the cue ball across. Flick off the black. Don't know if he has enough angle. Obviously doesn't. That's why he's coming downstairs.
Just a safety. Yeah, 3 efforts to break out that ball, not able to do it. So he's very disappointed with the start, but he's still in control of this opening frame.
Stevie going to play a safety as he attempt leg for the table double and kick the black out himself.
I think it was important for Stevie. He's playing kind of percentage play there, keeping the red in the middle of the table. He didn't want to put the red, so he didn't want to take on a long double or something like that, make it, and then have to get the 8 ball out. He didn't want to put the 8 ball over, the red over a pocket, leave a loss of turn. He wanted to basically make it so that Shaun couldn't break out the 8 ball and couldn't get rid of the red. Shaun has played a good shot though. Doesn't want it in. Hasn't gone in.
But he has left a natural angle now for Shaun Sharkey to play that yellow into the top right hand corner. Cue ball will definitely go into the black and the yellow. Tell you something else, they're going to have used up nearly a third of the match clock in this frame.
Yeah, it's a long old frame, one of the longest we've seen of the weekend.
I think he's refusing. I think he's going the other way. Well, I would have gone game there, 100%.
It's a clever shot though, isn't it? To flick the 8 ball out, knowing you're getting the snooker or safety as it ends up being at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, I get why he's playing it, but just for me, the amount of times I've done something like that and my opponent's then crashed in a ball and finished me off, and I think, why didn't I go when the opportunity was there? That's just my personal thing.
Stevie gets this one wrong. He was trying to sit this one above the yellow on the left-hand side. Didn't want to leave the yellow in the middle of the table.
has a tiny angle here, Shaun, to be able to pull the cube a little bit towards that yellow at the top. Not an awful lot though.
Tester queuing. Passed that test. Lovely from Shaun Sharkey. No mistakes with the 8 ball. So 1-0. I was just thinking that was over 10.5 minutes for that frame there. And what was the score in the John Chambers Phil Parkin match after 10 minutes? 3-2, wasn't it?
It was 3-2 after, I think it was about 11.5, which is an incredible pace that those two are playing at. Yeah, a bit of a contrast in styles. But then just sometimes you get the odd frame that's like that. You know, you've got these two Irish international teammates. They've got the utmost respect for one another. And it's just one of the frame didn't lend itself to be aggressive. So you just end up with that bit of cat and mouse. And to be fair, if you were to say if the game's going to go tactically, you'd make Stevie the big favourite for those ones.
Problem was he had once he'd gone for it, which he did do about 4 or 5 minutes in, wasn't able to get there, then he's a massive second favourite. Doesn't matter how good you are tactically, you kind of need help then. Well, how about that from the hammer? Angle to break out the worst ball straight away. Does the other one go left centre, in which case it might do. But out here on one shot.
Yeah, I think he just about squeezes in off the knuckle. So great opportunity for Stevie Dempsey. Got to leave himself a decent angle on the ball at the top of the table. Be able to come down to the very bottom, sort out those reds. He does not want to be straight. He's played it well. Now he can just guide the cue ball. In an ideal world, so I'll be tempted to play for the one on the bottom rail. Obviously he'd like a little bit of angle, doesn't want to be straight, but trying to drop on the other ones a bit tough, and that's pretty much perfect.
Yeah, very nicely done.
Just bumps the cue ball off the bottom rail now, just gives himself an angle on the last red, just to slide behind the black and have that in the same pocket.
I played it with quite a lot of right hand side, so it spins up the table off the second cushion and controls it well. We felt he didn't want to leave the thin angle and have to kind of float a gap. Now he's getting a little bit higher, makes the control on the 8 ball that touch easier. Nicely done. Good break. Very, very good break from Stevie Dempsey. And the opening shot set up the opportunity, which he made no mistakes with. And, well, the opening frame lasted over 10 minutes. Next frame's one visit. And very quick, Stevie Dempsey responds. Shaun Sharkey was to win this match, he would go through, put to 3 wins and a loss. Same deal for Stevie Dempsey, who'll go to 3 wins and no losses. There is still a route through with loss for Shaun Sharkey. This is his final game. He'll remain on 4 points. He would need help. He'd need the final 2 games to go his way as well, including potentially Stevie winning his final game. Not necessarily though, but it's not all hope is lost for Shaun if he was to lose. But he'd like to take all that sweat out of it and just win this match, and then he knows.
Super break here from Shaun Sharkey. Reds are the colour for Shaun. And this could be another very quick break and out.
Should be a quick breaking out. There's nothing really in the way. Perfect position throughout here for Shaun. That was about as certain as it gets all the way through. Shaun Sharkey is back in front by the odd frame. And we have reached the halfway point in the match. A couple of frames back-to-back quick ones after the long drawn-out opener. Lots going on in Daventry at the moment. There you go, there's some of the other tables in action. The British Open is fully underway after the early action this morning and into the afternoon of the British Amateur. About half our groups are currently underway. We'll play all the way through till later on tonight for the conclusion. Shaun going yellows, 8-ball the bigger problem, but it's not really a big problem. Good connection to it as well. A great chance to go 2 clear.
come back a bit further there, did Shaun. He didn't like the original angle that he had on this on the rail, so he took the other yellow. Wants to dink this with a bit of side and push past that red. Now, has he bumped it enough that he's on the yellow at the top? I think he just might be okay.
I guess he was worried by playing with the running side. He might have landed straight, right? So I thought, play the bump into it. I'm guaranteed to have the angle. Yeah, he's getting down on it, so he must be on it.
Just like to have been a bit further down with this. It's a bit of a thinner cut than he would like with this yellow into the centre, because obviously he wants to leave himself on that last yellow nearly straight, so he's just pushing through to get on the black in the bottom left hand corner. Might have to go down and back up. Don't like all that side.
Yeah, not the greatest of shots there.
Yeah,
he's going to get a sight at the 8-ball, but it's not going to be a good one.
No, I don't know why he had all the side on. Could have just come down straight and back up. And like you just said, Simon, he's going to be further away from this 8-ball than he would have imagined when he was on those last 3 balls. Still expect him to get very close, if not pot this, Shaun Sharkey, but he would have liked to have been straight behind it, that's for sure.
I think the red near the bottom right hand corner helps him. It just sort of takes that out of play. He knows the cue ball's just going straight into the red. Yeah, very, very good 8-ball. And gets that 2-frame advantage. Defeat here for Stevie wouldn't eliminate him. We've talked about the state of the group. He's just to go on and win his final game, which is later on, his final game of the group stage. Essentially, put him in a. It might come down to frame difference if that was to happen. It might be. Could see a situation where 3 players end up tied on 3 wins here in this group. A lot to happen over the course of the next few hours for that to be the case, but Shaun is 2 frames away from securing his 3 wins from 4, and his job in the group will be done.
So big break now for Shaun Sharkey. Very tentative the way he hit those.
Yeah, I geared up for like something quite big and then went very gentle. Exactly what Stevie was hoping to see. An opportunity, but not just an opportunity. I mean, it's a roadmap finish for Stevie to get back within 1 and have the break.
Yeah, this is a gimme finish for Dempsey.
Almost fancy you for these ones, Tony.
Wouldn't get past the 3rd yellow. I think that would looks awkward to me. Straight one into the corner.
That's because you're trying to find ways to showboat on the clearance rather than just rolling them in.
I'd have knocked them in by now. I'd have been sat in my chair, enjoying the moment.
Seems an appropriate time to talk about our fun and games in Arizona when we were playing 9-ball. You were 2-1 up and you'd played 1 shot.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
We shall probably talk about 8-ball, not 9-ball, but it was very entertaining watching you try and use 5 cushions on every single shot.
I wasn't trying to do that. I was just missing the pocket by that far. They were bouncing off 5 cushions. So Stevie Dempsey, 2 balls from dragging himself back to winning 1 of his international teammate Shaun Sharkey. He's going to do the job with ease.
About as certain a reverse clearance as you will ever see. Never a doubt that Stevie Dempsey was not going to take those out. That was as good a layout as you could hope to get. Yeah, next break is a big one for him. Try and get back on level terms.
Well, ever since that opening 11-minute frame, everything's been from the break, a dry break.
How did you used to enjoy group games? You would much rather be a straight knockout, or do you like the group stages of events?
We didn't have an awful lot of them when I was playing. Pool tables, that is. No, the group, they tended to be mainly knockouts. There was the odd one. I don't know. I think I prefer the knockouts, so you know where you are. It's okay if you're in your group games and you keep winning, because you know where you keep winning. You know you're going to win your group. It's when you've won one, lost two, then you're looking at other people's results,
doing calculations, and
yeah, and then also just think all you want is to keep it in your hands. And then if not, you're now relying on somebody to help you out, which you start looking at the matches, think, well, he's not going to do me any favours and things like that. But yeah, it's a funny one.
Well, Stevie's made a ball, so better than his last break. He analyses the table. It looks, at first glance, a nice open table, but not as good a layout as the last one. But I suspect this is one he would be over the moon with all the same. It's only marginally actually trickier than the last one. And for the further review, took 3 top left. It's just kind of getting in around those, but they all go independently of each other.
Played that with absolute elegance and grace, the way he strolled that ball up the rail. Ideally, would have liked to have been a little bit to the left of that. If he could have been straight on that one into the left-hand centre, which is the bottom yellow out of the 3. But he's still going to play it, so he must see that he can get the cue ball past the red and back out again without connecting into it. And he certainly can, and that's perfect.
Yeah, all very well worked out. The 8 ball's guarded, but not really that tricky. Quite a big area of the table to try and get to.
Yeah, Steve will just pull this back a few inches now. Last yellow in the same pocket. And then run the cue ball around the back of that red. Anywhere sort of just to the left of that centre pocket. So it should be, looking at that angle, I would say just before the middle bag, probably about 5 inches away from the rail. Has he gone too far? Ooh.
He has. Knew it straight away as well. There's quite a big margin there. It's quite a big mistake to make.
Yeah, he had a big area to land in there, to Stevie. Any sort of shot is, that's it. And he would have knocked it in, but now he's going to have to play Well, I thought he was going to try and bend it. He's going to come off the rail and try and cut this back in. But this will be some shot if he gets it. Yeah, very, very hard shot to play that. And that gives Shaun Sharkey the insurance now he's got time. He'll play probably off the red that's to the right of the cue ball and send the cue ball up into the top area. He might play thin off the one that's in front of him.
Might just go. No, he's going to play safe. I was just thinking the red by the 8 ball goes.
No, he's going.
He is going.
Might play safe now where he's landed. I think you play the ball on the rail now for me. Bump that ball off the rail and leave the cue ball behind it. On the left. No, he's going to go again. Well, he's a braver man than me. I wouldn't like this.
Well, it's a free go at this point because the 8 ball's completely safe. And he's got the one above the 8 ball must go, and he's got easy connection to it. So it was just about trying to get himself back in shape, and he's done that. And now it's just a case of holding your nerve here and just rolling them in. You feel this is a defining moment, isn't it, in the match?
Do you know what? I'd use my extension now. Just kill an extra few seconds off that. Get it under 4 minutes, and he requires 2 frames, Stevie Dempsey.
Yeah, not really thinking about the match clock, just thinking about getting to 4.
I bet you Stevie Dempsey would have done that.
Yeah, Stevie would certainly have considered it. They're going to have good friends out there, so they're going to have a bit of a chat about that frame. Changed the match, actually. I thought we were in for a real climax of a finish, but that may well have just kind of softened the ending, if you like, or taken the drama out of the ending. Certainly from Shaun Sharkey's perspective, is exactly what he wanted to see.
These 2 Irish teammates, they might have a little chat across the arena, like I say, like you said as well, but they are great buddies. Travelled a lot of miles together with the Irish national team. So Shaun Sharkey to break. Has a nice 2-frame cushion now. He's on the hill. Again with a fairly soft cut breaking. But at least he didn't go in off this one, but he still didn't make a ball. So Stevie Dempsey, he needs to get his skates on as well, and he needs 2 frames, quick, smart.
He does, and he'll be really trying to get those 2 frames, but just taking one of them could be pivotal come the end of the group stage. I still think there's a real chance that we're going to end up with a 3-way tie at the top of this table. Louis Wierzbiański is also in the mix with 1 match to play. All 3 are currently tied. This is Shaun's final game. This would put him on to 6 points, leave Stevie and Lewis would be on 4 apiece with a game apiece each, and they're not playing each other. And no one else in the group has won a match. So you feel like we could definitely end up with a situation where 3-way tie at the top. So frame difference could be big. Right now, Shaun Sharkey has that advantage. Could make both here. That's the problem. Yeah, tried to play it at a pace to make sure he didn't get both, but still not on a ball. I don't think he's got the gap.
No, I think with that shot went the match for me. I Don't feel he has the time now. Certainly now Shaun Sharkey's come to the table, he can now just eat up the clock. And there you see he calls the extension now. Choose another 20 seconds off the clock. We can safely say now that Shaun Sharkey is going to take a victory against his good friend and Irish teammate.
Yeah, and looking at the frame difference, this would put Shaun Sharkey's frame difference on to 9. Adding 2 more, and it would put Stevie on to 3. Lewis Wisbianski is also on 3 frame difference, and I think they're all going to end up finishing on 6, barring some strange results in our final round of games. I think Shaun Sharkey, would I say he'd be on 9 and the others would be on 3, so the best you can do is win 5-0. So if he's just to hold his nerve here and not lose this frame, not only is he done what he needed to do, but I think he secures himself passage through by a frame difference, because Stevie and Lewis would not be able to catch him, and it would literally come down to who can win their final games the biggest. Stevie's going to be bang under it as one of the big favourites for this tournament. I don't think Stevie's going to hang about here. I think he's just going to get down and try and slap him in one way or another, even if he's hitting and hoping. And that will be that. Only 10 seconds left. Stevie will now come forward to shake hands. Job done here for Shaun Sharkey. I think that puts him through to the last 64.